Think we're live. There we go. I was like, I'm waiting for the link to pop up, and it was taking a minute. So, as we know, YouTube can sometimes do that. So, we are now live. We're going to get that link and post it into our Discord channel, right, where we're going to pick our Sunday winners from for this month of March. So, there we go. That live stream link is now in play. We can close that Discord channel. All right. Let's see, let's make sure everyone else is having no issues. There shouldn't be, hopefully. Hey, Gary H., nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Got to collect some of these free rewards while we're setting up shop here, so to speak. All right. Leprechaun dolls, sure. Mushroom shroom still being featured. Let's go back. I think we do need to talk briefly about this. Doesn't have a whole lot of information for us yet, but it's still something worth noting, so we will be talking about it. All right. How are you today, Gary H.? Would love to hear how you are. Gujo, nice to have you here as well. Howdy. Thank you for joining the live stream. Merrick, Iwan, nice to have you here as well. Thank you guys for joining the live stream. It has been a very chill day so far, so can't complain. Hope you guys are all doing very, very well. We're going to be talking a little bit about the upcoming event, and then we're going to do some testing a little bit. We had some questions about Iris versus Aiden, so we'll be looking at that a little bit more carefully. I haven't done too much testing with it myself, but it's intriguing, and I found it to be intriguing, so I decided we're going to talk about it a little bit today. So those are some things we will be doing, and of course, I probably will make a more in-depth video on the upcoming event that we have for Hero Wars birthday. The 7th birthday, I found out. I thought it was the 6th for some reason. It was a year off. But it's all good. It's all good. And so we have that all sorted out. And so I'm going to claim these guild items right here, as well as gift element items here. Mail, okay. Got some interesting stuff popping up there. Unclaimed rewards for tower, sure. We got some Clash of Worlds items there, and we got promoted to a higher tier. So we got some nice Clash of Worlds trophies awarded to us. We'll take that. That's beautiful. We'll definitely be using that to upgrade our totems if we can. All right. Mr. Big, nice to have you here. Francis Zegan, nice to have you here as well. Prax, hello. Kriel, Jerome, hello. Thank you guys for joining the live stream. I'd love to hear how you guys are doing, at least for me on this lovely Sunday afternoon. It's going to be a nice day. It's a little chilly outside, so I'm glad to be inside here with y'all and hanging out and playing some Hero Wars, quite frankly. It should be a lot of fun, so I personally cannot complain. All right, let's see. So I am going to start by opening the heroic chest. Let's see what we get here. 1 Rufus Soulstone. It's always the minimum that we can get there. 1 Soulstone, but that's okay. Doesn't really matter. We're going to hopefully get some better pulls in the future when we have a serious event that we actually need Soulstones. We have the Spring Leprechauns. So at this point with the Spring Leprechauns event, I'm just trying to claim as many Leprechauns as I can before the event wraps up. So let's see, Titanic Luck. Nothing more to be done there. Emeralds, no. Outland. We can do the Outland chest. That'll be free and get us 1 more Leprechaun doll. So we'll do that. But really at this point, the only event that I'm really looking forward to at this point is the Hero Wars birthday. And let's kind of go over that. And obviously I'll make a video for those who can't catch a live stream for whatever reason or are not familiar with the channel, and I'll post it up later. But a couple things. So typically, as of last year, we've been having a lot of mini games. So mini games, there's been one. It's been pretty simple, but it's been one every single day of the Hero Wars birthday event, which is cool. It's a 7-day event, so 7 mini games, 1 per day. And I personally like that format. I mean, obviously the rewards weren't crazy because you got one every single day, but it was still nice to have a little fun mini game to kind of scope out. So I appreciated that. And we talked about this a little bit yesterday, but the Strongford quiz, that is something that pops up as well. And I'll go more in depth in that in a second. But first, Don't forget there is a ×4 sale that's associated with this event. And the other cool aspect of this, similar to during Christmas and Winterfest, there is a I'm trying to think of the right word to basically phrase this. Hold on, let me enchant a magic attack lift. That is not on someone that has a very strong magic attack lift already. Let's see. Anyone weaker? Yeah, okay, so Tori. Easy peasy. We'll use some of the smaller ones to get 2 of those level ups. But as we were saying, there is a ×4 sale and there's discounts on like everything. So when I say everything, I'm talking about the heroic chest will have cheaper options to pull from the ×10. Same with the Titan Valley. If we're looking at the Altar of Elements, typically these rates will be slashed as well. So something to keep in mind, right? Those are going to be some discounted things. You also usually have discounts on the eggs, right, which are in the sanctuary themselves. And I'm going to assume now that we also have, let me think here. Now that we also have the, I want to say Osh, but that's not it. The items that we can pull from the, what do you call it in Asgard? The Astral Seer. That's it, right? That you can pull from the Astral Seer. I believe that this will also have discounted rates. We just didn't have it last year, so I'm not really sure if we will have it, but we should have it because it's usually typically the bigger spend items typically have a reduced rate. Obviously, the summoning spheres is another aspect of that as well. So there is that. Mr. Big said, I don't have a good Iris counter and Rufus is not leveled. Any suggestions? I tried Dante Luther to push, but not good win percentage. We'll take a look at that. I will make a note to make sure we look at that today during the stream, Mr. Big. We'll definitely do that. Incognito, hello. Thank you for joining the live stream. Merrick says, Orion and Dorian work pretty well against Iris for me. Okay, I like it. John Jensen, hello, good afternoon. Thank you for joining the live stream. You can see here I got some Eternal Seeds the other day, and we are about 100 off from being able to upgrade the Warrior Branch using the Eternal Seeds, but we're still about 1,000 off from the Ancient Wisdom Crystals to complete our first of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 branches of great Tree of Wisdom. So that'll be my first completion. Hopefully, will be that Warrior Branch eventually. So that's kind of what we're targeting in the coming weeks, at least for me, when we're looking at that. Guild Island, I think, let's see. I don't think there's too much more I can do here because Rigel and Brewster have not yet been added to obviously the summoning spheres typically, so no improvement can be made right now currently. We have Iari who's so close to being completed, 9 soul stones away from that perfect absolute ranking essentially. So, and we're 500 away for our main guy as well, Mort. So we're gonna see if we can get Iari here in these 10 pulls. Oh man, I don't know if we can get her. Doesn't look like we pulled her there. I don't love wasting my summoning spheres, and yes, it is kind of wasting because I'm opening them now prior to a bigger event. Do we just risk it for the biscuit and go for the final 4? I'm going to do it for the purpose of the stream, see if we get lucky with Yari. It's not looking too good. There's Kyros. It's like every single light or dark time that is not... so I guess they did add... No, they haven't added Brewster yet. But anyway, so we got closer, but I think I'm going to actually trade these all in for Titan Potions, knowing that I'm going to need Titan Potions soon. So, bummer that we didn't quite get as far as we wanted to completing ERE here on the stream, but hopefully very, very soon. I feel like it's inevitable. We'll get there. But yes, that actually brings me into the other aspects of the Hero Wars 7th birthday, right? So Hero Wars 7th birthday, completing tasks within the actual event itself, pretty standard stuff. Daily login, just log in every day. Opening Outland chests. Now, this was one I believe we could do pretty simply because it was opening 12, I think, Outland chests, and it's a 7-day event. So hypothetically, that should be pretty doable. Spending energy, I think that one was one of the quote unquote slightly tougher ones if we had to call it that. I don't think it's that tough. Starting adventures, right? So this was another one that another task we're gonna have during the event. 7 total, 7 days. So that means you're doing one adventure every single day. If you have more portal charges available to you, then you can get this task done a lot quicker, quite frankly. But that is kind of what we're looking at there. 300 Titanite, so that is just going to the dungeon, and if you have, say, Valkyrie's Favor, that's logging in 2 days and claiming your Valkyrie Favor in 2 days. So pretty straightforward on that front as well. Opening 50 tower chests. Now remember 50. So if we're talking about the tower chest currently, there are 15 chests if you're doing this free. You'll see, we'll count them together. 1, 2, 3, and this, of course, if we're assuming we're level 130, this is a lot easier. So this is our 4th chest, 5th chest, 6th chest, 7 chests, 8 chests, 9 chests, 10 chests, 11 chests, 12, should be 3 more, 13, 14, and then this should be the last chest, 15. So you get 15 chests free just from doing your daily run. So 15 times 3, so 3 days of logging in is 45 chest openings. So on that 4th day, you should be able to complete all of the required chest tower openings to complete all the tasks in that aspect of the tower chest. Starting expeditions. Now there's 20 here as well. So with this, it should be pretty straightforward as well, though. So 20, all you need for 7 days is basically you need to do 3 or 4 every single day. But it should be a lot easier for you, even if you are a free-to-play player. You should be able to do this because I think these 3 are only accessible if you have Valkyrie's Favor, plus you have like a certain VIP. So if we're looking at it from a different perspective, you should be able to do 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you do all 4 of your free expedition tasks every single day for 5 days, even, you don't even need the whole 7, that should take you to a point where you're able to collect every single aspect of the Hero Wars 7th birthday event. So that should be pretty straightforward on that. Let me see in the comments here. Coriel says it's 7:23 for me. Good afternoon, all. Gotcha. So it's a little bit later for you. Gotcha. Anthony says, hey, Jay, what have I missed? Your pop-up for your live stream did not show up. I'll tell you what, sometimes YouTube's just a little bit off like that. And so, yeah, all you've missed really so far is we've talked a little bit about Hero Wars' upcoming 7th birthday event, which is a week-long event. And basically, we got the Strongford quiz. We got mini games that happen every single day as of last year. So hopefully they keep that going. I think there's been talks about it going on. The Strongford quiz, which I'll circle back to, but there's also a times 4 sale. And during that times 4 sale for emeralds, there's also some sales and discounts on some of the bigger items. We're talking about bulk heroic chest openings, bulk summoning spheres, bulk Titan artifacts, bulk ascension items, that kind of a deal. So just keeping you up to date. Did you get the stream gift with the summoning spheres? I don't know if I opened that actually, so I will check to see if that's still available. That's actually a great call because I did not open this video. Gonna be completely honest with you, did not. So no, I did not. We're gonna open both. So thank you for reminding me because that link still works. It's still good. So appreciate it. Yeah, some of the streams for me, the timing is just like not great. It's like either like midday for me, so I miss them, or I just one thing or another comes up during the workday, and I just can't always hop onto the streams. But no, appreciate you guys letting me know and checking in on that. That's always good. Yeah, so nice little haul there. 50 summoning spheres. Love to see that. Gonna hold on to those portal charges until the event starts. Get all of them out of the way, potentially in one day even. Make it easier on us to get some more Strongford quiz tickets. So also just keep in mind that completing these tasks gets you these Strongford quiz tickets, and with those Strongford quiz tickets, we can basically answer questions in the Strongford quiz. Now, I've seen a lot of different videos posting up answers with things related to the Strongford quiz. My honest opinion is it's semi-helpful, but it's also semi-not helpful because some of the things that you're going to get asked on the Strongford quiz, there's like pick the image that associates best with one hero. And I saw a question that related to like Mojo, for example, like what is one of Mojo's skills? And then it showed 4 different skills. And I think the skill that was ultimately correct was this Totem of Wrath, right? So I think it's hard to kind of plan for every single question. Some of the questions you're going to, it'll be helpful to have some answer sheets, but all in all, I haven't found one that's been super, super great recently. I know there used to be one on Google Sheets. I don't know what happened to that one. But if someone has that, let me know and post it in the Discord at some point if you don't mind. That would be greatly appreciated. I think that'd be pretty cool. Um, okay, you can do 6 expeditions without Valkyrie's favor. You only need Valkyrie's favor for the 3-hour expedition. But does that include the VIP ones, Anthony? Because that's one of my concerns as well. Is like if someone's just free to play. I thought one of them was VIP 8. Maybe I'm wrong. And VIP 3 was another one, but I could be wrong. Um, and if that's the case, that's the case. But yeah, so I mean, all in all, obviously the expedition should be fairly doable for anyone who is either free to play or VIP related. All that stuff should be pretty doable. Okay, so there's that. Yes, thank you guys for hitting that like button. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Merrick says, "Will introduced Dark and Light Titan, Light Super Titans come in April?" I'll tell you what. I'm actually not really sure when Hero Wars is going to drop these. It's kind of been like a minute, and I kind of want to take a look. Let's see, YouTube. Let me take a look at some of my old videos and see what kind of they've done in the past to see if there's room for those to get added in. I think that's kind of the best way to kind of assess here is if I go back a little, like if we go to like March 2 years ago. So this is the 5th birthday one. Let's see. So then they did Time of the Fearless, Path of Light event, Cybernetic event, which is a great event. I love that event. It's actually one of the events I do enjoy. Wait, that can't be right. That's too far back. Hold on, let's hop back here. March, July. Let's see. So we got March, right? So we had the Great Storm event, just like we had now. Then we had the Time of the Fearless, which is, we don't really need. So what we're going to end up having here is going to be the Hero Wars birthday event, right? And that's in March. So that's here. Then we had Riotous Growth, Time for Pranks. So that's April 1st. So we know that usually they have like this Easter rebirth event right at the start of April. So it's not going to be then. They then released a new hero in Alvanor. So it's possible they release it the second week of April, right? The Super Titans. It's possible they release it then. And I don't think they'd be too pressed to have it the following weekend. So it's totally possible that we have 2 major events back to back with those Super Titans in April. Totally, totally possible. They don't have a scheduled big event during April here. So April is definitely a key time. They could do it. They did release a brand new hero during this time last year in April. But that doesn't mean they won't drop the 2 new Super Titans there in its place to get those going because they need to release them eventually. But I'm not sure if they plan on releasing it in April or if they were planning on releasing it after June because I think there's also speculation that it would happen after June. So some combination of these two time periods. I think April is very, very probable. And I think sometime before July, because July is going to be the next big event after this one, right? So this one is the Strongford Quiz. It's the Hero Wars birthday event. Then we have Summer Festival. So there needs to, in my opinion, be something in between, which I think could potentially be what we're talking about here, which is the two new Super Titan events. So if we were to estimate, I think it would be at the earliest the second week of April, at the latest. I don't know when the latest could be, but I still think we will see it um, a little bit before this summer festival event. So I think it makes good sense that we see it either in April or early, like mid to late April, or early June. So that seems to make the most sense to me. Other than that, I don't really see a reason for them to delay it too much further, because then you're getting closer and closer to Winterfest, which I think is when they want to drop a new pet probably in between the timing of um, summer and winter. So I think those are some things that are going to come up. I think that's probably the most realistic timeline, as we see it in late April at the earliest. I don't think we'll see it too much earlier than that. It just doesn't make sense in terms of Hero Wars' typical way they go about things. So what we're going to see is we're going to have, this big 7-day event, right, which will take us into the last week of March. And then they'll drop probably, I don't know, maybe like a mini Asgard event. And then they'll have the April 1st event, right, which is the Easter event. And then after that, it could be that we have that event there. Hey, Vitamin, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. John Jensen, thanks for that reminder on that live stream polls there. Very, very nice. Prax says, Ryan and Cleaver and Nebula with Team Pet Oliver works for me. Simon says, hey, Jay, major live stream. Hope all is well. Thank you, thank you. Don't know how long I can stay, but glad to catch some of it. Hey, we love having you here. We love having you here. Hey, Wally, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Love having you here. And so Wally says, what do we think we're going to get for Kark, Yasmin, and Celeste with the new skins? And this is a great question. This is something I did want to talk about for sure. So I'm going to go ahead and skip this battle here. But I personally, right, I use Kark a lot. So Kark for me, for looking agility, armor penetration, magic defense, physical attack, I would love to see more armor penetration for him personally. But I do think it's not the worst thing to have him have armor, specifically guard him against someone like Yasmin and or Envari. But I'll take armor penetration any day of the week, or physical attack. Those are both super, super effective with Kark. So that would be ideal. The least ideal thing, in my opinion, is health. Really don't want Kark with any more health. It just doesn't benefit him in the same way that some of those other skins that are available would, right? That I mentioned, like the physical attack and armor penetration. Those will boost his stats significantly, whereas health is just, it's okay. It's not great. Then we got Yasmin here, and I kind of think the same thing here. You want either, and I don't think is there a dodge skin? Is there a dodge skin? If there is, it's going to be, so there is a dodge skin. So I think if you give Yasmin a dodge skin, that'd be pretty cool. I would also be okay with the physical attack, critical hit chance, armor penetration, all that stuff would be great. The only thing I don't really want to see probably is going to be something like magic defense. I mean, it's like, yeah, it'll help you against Helios survive one extra hit, but you're still going to get knocked out because Yasmin deals so much damage. Helios really does a good job of reflecting and dealing more damage when you have that situation come up. Just not an ideal skin for Yasmin. So I think dodge, physical attack, critical hit, armor penetration, all great skins for Yasmin. Not really wanting to see. I mean, I would even take health with Yasmin personally, because I think health would be helpful for her, but I don't think any of the defensive skins make a lot of sense for Yasmin, for me personally. With Celeste, let's see, Celeste. I like magic attack on Celeste, just off the top of my head, but let's look. Celeste here, skills, based on her magic attack, based on her magic attack. Nothing there. Magic attack. I think magic attack is the biggest helper for Celeste. Um, and I guess defense, but magic defense is useless, virtually useless. You really need a defense skin if you're going to have anything to counteract um, Cornelius. But other than that, I mean, a defense skin that might help her survive one hit to two hits, but it's not as beneficial to her long term as magic attack would be. I think that's the most sensible thing for her. Looking at her glyphs, yeah, I just think magic attack was the only real help for Celeste. Health could be a little helpful, but it doesn't really do much for her. She's already pretty solid, I think, overall. So that's my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll check it out. Bass, are you on? You're on web, I believe, right? Are you also on Facebook? I can add you to the picker wheel a little bit later. No problem. Just gonna need some help knowing which one to put you on if you're not already on. Wally says if Cart gets another armor penetration, may as well quit one of my other servers. Jay can do 6 expeditions out. Okay, yep. All those heroes are still unable to survive my server. 43 teams. Mira was released in April of last year. Yeah, so they do typically like to release a new hero during that April's time span, but that doesn't mean they won't change it up for for someone like the Super Titans, which is still a new content for us. It's just a little different in what we get. We're not getting a new hero, but instead we're getting 2 brand new Super Titans, which I think is better. Because if they're going to release them, they might as well release them so that we can actually do something with it. Wally says, it would be funny, but I wouldn't be surprised if Julius will be a warrior, even though he is a tank. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with Julius yet. I know, obviously, Mushroom Shroom is a tank, which was very, very unexpected because on mobile, Mushroom Shroom is not a tank. Not even close. So very, very intriguing that they decided to switch it up here on Facebook and web, which, I mean, I think is good, but it was very unexpected. But Mushroom Shroom not really making a huge impact on mobile so far from what I've seen. I think she'll be better. They'll be better on the current Facebook web platform by having Mushroom Shroom be a tank. I think it was a mistake in hindsight for Hero Wars on mobile to have not had made Mushroom Shroom into a tank-like hero. I just think it makes sense. Second tank makes a lot of sense. So, okay, there we go. We got that sorted there. We got our expeditions going. Ascension season. Healing heroes in campaign. All right, let's take a look here. What can we do campaign story-wise? All right, Aiden, what do you need, Aiden, to get completed? We need Book of Prophecies. Okay, so what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and attack this one after. I'll attack this one. We need some healing. So healing, we want. Who do we want for healing? We want Nebula for healing, and we want Celeste. And I think Yasmin can take care of the rest. So hopefully that'll take care of that. All right, let's see. Only thing I'm grateful for is jumping on the Isaac Engineer team when Isaac first came out. Now he has max power, including Ascension. That's pretty dope. That's nice. That's a very nice pickup for sure. I think Isaac was one of those heroes that was a game changer. I think the same could be said about Yasmin. I do think Yasmin was a game changer when she's released. She's still very, very good. Isaac, obviously, one of the top heroes you can have in game. So, I'm on board with that. I like it. Mary says, I forgot to skip expeditions today and can't claim portal charges for doing 16. Remind tomorrow events opening tower chest. Yep. Card needs a health skin. I need him to not get stronger. I hear you. I hear you. Some people are definitely on that train. I personally, I use him a lot, so it would be helpful for me. But whatever. If it's a health skin, I'll probably still eventually get it, but I probably won't be upgrading it too quickly. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me personally to be upgrading that kind of a skin. It'll delay his hits and his ults, which not really what we're going for. We're going for an actual win. So there's that. Cool. So we've taken down that boss a couple of times there. That should give us some task completions as well. Guardian Gasket is really what we're after, in addition to potentially trying to gain some energy healing, or not energy, but health healing. Close, but not even close. So, okay, in that regard, we need to basically, what that tells us, we need to fight a stronger opponent so we can get more healing in. It was a little too easier for us. So let's go ahead and try this one more time. We're going to pick the most difficult one, and we're going to use, get ready, and we're going to use Kark with Sebastian. Should still do enough healing for us that hopefully that can cover us. And I think Kark has some vampirism as well, so when he gets big hits in, he heals himself pretty rapidly from what I recall. So hopefully that'll wrap us up here. Kark might get a health skin, even though they will say don't upgrade it because he's picking up health in Ascension. Kark is going to need that extra health once I get my magic team maxed out. In that case, I'd rather have magic defense, right? But yeah, fair enough. Celeste either got a health skin, which would be good for her, but could get armor. Yasmin either could be magic defense or critical hit. Yeah, we'll see. Fast as web, gotcha. I'll add you on there in a little bit. Anthony Smith says, I think they should put the DNL Dark and Light Tank Titans in the Summoning Spheres first before they introduce the Super Titans. I mean, I would love that. I'm not opposed to it. I need to get more of those skins anyway, so that would be great for me. Let's see. Did that do enough healing for us? Hopefully. No. Healing your heroes in campaign. So that didn't do anything for us. That's annoying. Okay, we're going to try... No, not Seymour. Let's see. Let's try... So Kark's healing doesn't count as healing. Okay, fine. We will try this again with what I had before. Or do I go twins? Maybe go twins instead. Twins might be easier. Alright, let's do it. Hopefully this will get us our healing. I don't know. So yeah, we'll see how that rolls here, but let's get that going. We got the twins going. Didn't see any healing going on there. We need some healing to activate, guys. So maybe we just take off the auto, and we just kind of let the healing do its work. Maybe I can't even get my healing to activate. These guys are getting knocked out too fast. Stop getting knocked out. Nebula, heal. Yeah, these guys just aren't doing enough damage for me to really get enough healing in. This is a problem, guys. Did not expect this kind of an issue. I'm not even letting the basic. This is just basic hits. Nebula, go. Martha can't even activate her skills in the time that I'm done with this event. Okay. Fine. I guess I'll have to take an alternate. Oh, we got enough. Okay, we got enough healing there. Even though it didn't really look like we did much healing there, apparently we got enough. So, gonna not complain about that and move on from that. All right, back to Aiden, which is where we were looking. We were trying to complete this last item, namely because I just want to have him upgraded a little bit. I just want to eventually get everyone out of purple upgrades so that I can, I mentioned this a little yesterday, but I want to get everyone to a point hero-wise to where I can actually more viably use them. Right now, a lot of my heroes that are weaker are just not viable, ever to be used. So if I can get them a little closer, it'll allow me to get there hopefully a little faster. Um, Obviously, the fastest way is to spend money to do so, but I'm not trying to do that at this point in the game. We're just trying to, be efficient with what we got going on. So let's go ahead and do this. All right, so there's that. Ascension season, battling a little bit more in arena. We can definitely do that. We need to move up anyway. We're in the 200s. That's not great for me. Usually we're a lot stronger than that. So we're going to go ahead and see. I think I'm going to put in Helios. What do y'all think? I think that's good. See how that plays out. A lot of you guys are saying Celeste and Martha. Yep. Hit Seymour to complete the healing quest, and only healers count. I don't think Celeste will help. Put a weak team in with one hero, Oliver Patronage, and Axel team pet. Oh, that would have been a good way to do it, Merrick. I actually like that. That would have been a very good way to go about it. I did not even think of that. So putting in a weak team and using Oliver and Axel to kind of get everything done does make good sense. Wow, we're in trouble here. This team is doing better than I expected. That Yasmin's still alive, so that's a problem. Okay, well, that was unfortunate for us. Our Yasmin attacker was very, very strong, and our Helios is not quite strong. I mean, he's getting better, but he's not strong enough yet, really, to be a huge threat to Yasmin. So we need to make sure that he is stronger than he currently is. That armor is too weak, and he's too slow right now. So that's okay, but we'll work on it. It's something that I need to work on, and obviously my ascension is not something that I've been keying in on. So I need to focus on that. So he's going to need more health. That was disappointing, but that's okay. We need to get him stronger. That is just the bottom line there. Level up any Titan artifact. So we will upgrade Heroes, just kind of the go-to that I've been doing. So we'll upgrade that. And then upgrade with the Emerald Exchange. We'll do that as well. Oh, with Albus, I gotcha. Prax says, did the addition of the Dark and Light Titans skew the Emerald expenditure chart for the totems? That I don't know. It should have, but I don't know. I think it may have slightly, but I don't have the updated numbers. I will have to ask about it. I'm not really sure if it has skewed those numbers. It would make sense to me, Prax, that it did. I just don't have any solid answer on that right now. So that's something I'll have to look into a little bit more for y'all because I do not know. But you know what? Here's what we're gonna do instead. Let's ask in the community chat with our resident expert. We have some guys from Hero Wars in game who are developers who can answer that. So let's just ask there. I think that's a great question to ask. I don't think there's anything wrong with asking it in the creators content chat. Let's go ahead and check it out. It's also been a minute since I've checked here. Let's see. Maybe I should read some of these. So they're trying to figure out the final decision on upgrading there. Game's been crashing for her. Sure. So I got some poll results here. Adding extra content. This got released 10 days ago. I missed this. We would like to know which of the three options in particular you'd be interested in. Personalized logo, profile picture for each channel, personalized banner image, personalized thumbnail template to use in your photos. Honestly, I think all those are cool. I don't really care which one. They're all dope. Um, so it sounds like they're trying to upgrade some of the things that they have going on with the creator's channel. It looks like really the only people who are paying attention to this are a couple people like Misty Catherine and a couple others. Um, Interesting that Coco's having issues picturing how this would look. This is pretty straightforward. I mean, so a personalized logo, right? For those of you guys who are not familiar with how YouTube works, a logo is pretty straightforward. So you can see, like with my channel, right? I made this J vs Hero Wars kind of logo. It has like a game system, and then it has like verified, and it says J vs Hero Wars. It's pretty straightforward. That's a logo. So that would kind of be something that I guess Hero Wars would be creating for content creators potentially, or a profile picture, which would just be like a face, for example, right? Like you'd use my face or someone else's face, and that would be your picture for your channel. A personalized banner image. Well, actually, that's what I have here. So this is a personalized banner. Someone actually created that for me as content, as a fan, actually. Some fan made this and uh, posted it and gave it to me, and they're like, hey, feel free to use this on your channel. So I've been using it on my channel. You can see this is the banner. So pretty straightforward stuff there. A personalized thumbplate template. So a thumbnail is what you would see here on any video. So that's pretty straightforward stuff too. So if you're not a content creator, you might not be aware, but if you're a content creator, you should know what all of these terms mean. It's really straightforward. It's not really anything that should be puzzling on how to picture. Pretty straightforward stuff there. Had Astrid number one on my list of bottom heroes. She's bad. We're talking about potentially buffing Astrid and Lucas. Be interesting to see. Okay, well, you know what? I'm just gonna have my own comment basically kind of speak for itself when I post the. I'm gonna make a new chart on how I rank a tier list essentially now with new heroes and how they've kind of released things and how they've updated stuff. So I'll be kind of dropping that I think at some point in the next 2 weeks. Really kind of been working on that, haven't gotten around to finishing it, but we've been kind of toying with some different ideas and seeing where different heroes rank. Some of them are pretty obvious, some of them not so obvious, but yeah, I'll definitely be dropping that at some point. I've gotten a lot of questions asking for an updated one. It's about time we do one, so that's something I have on my radar. So that's kind of something we got updated here. We got to ask our question, right? So got to ask Andrew, do we have updated um, fail-safe numbers for emeralds spent with the addition of the 12 new totem fragments, light and dark? Previously, I believe we had the numbers for the main three, but not sure if that changed when we now have 5 total totem types. Maybe I should have made that a question. Yeah, we probably should have made that a question. Okay, so there's that. And we'll ask what Andrew has to say on it. And we'll get back. He'll get back to us eventually. So just want to post that in there. Make sure we're getting our thoughts in there occasionally. Let's see. What are chances to get seals for new Titans? Been talking about this for a minute. It looks like right now Hero Wars is really liking the dropping of this Dark and Light Titan event, where then you can just grab these light and dark artifact chests. Then you can kind of grab these seals. I'm just holding on to mine. We had one event like that, and I don't know if Hero Wars is like doing that on purpose or if they think they can get more money that way. I'm not really sure what the purpose is to have a separate event like that, because they used to have right. They still have this event where it's the Ancient Titan artifact chests. In my opinion, they should just add in these light and dark artifacts into the Ancient Titan artifact chest, but I think they're going to keep it separate for a little bit longer until they release the Super Titans. And I think my guess is the reason they're doing that is because they want to make it more exclusive and they want to make people pay a little bit more, is my thoughts on it. I don't love that, but I think that's the realistic situation currently. I think Merrick asked that question. But yeah, I think that's something that needs to be addressed at some point for sure, especially once the new Super Titans are released. Well, I think Hero Wars is becoming a bore for me since the level of competition has been cut deeply. Yeah, I will say I think it's tough. There's so much going on. I feel like Hero Wars has added in a lot of new implications, and it's really hard for players who are not just stay-at-home players, right? So I think obviously COVID, and this got asked actually the other day as well. COVID allowed a lot of players to be at home and be able to monitor everything that's going on in Heroes and be very invested in the game. Now that we're back to work and a lot of people are in the office, not everyone's an at-home person, during the week, every single day. That allows you to kind of put in the time to create content or to be up to date on everything going on in Hero Wars. I do think it's a little bit difficult to have as much competition. And I mean, speaking personally, I've played a lot less Hero Wars since we've had to go back to work after COVID, um, with everything going on. So definitely, I totally understand the less competition, for sure, for sure. But I'm glad to hear that, Mr. Big, your team so far, it sounds like the engineer team's not been doing too poorly. So we love to hear that everyone is doing well in the game and improving their team and their overall stats. Nothing wrong with that at all. So, okay, I'm going to try to do one more hit here in Arena and hopefully get a win. And then once we get a win, what we will do is we will have winners, right? And I want to make sure I'm not missing anything here. Oh, I guess I should also briefly touch on Archdemon, right? The Archdemon, if you guys remember more or less, right? It's 7 days of battling. You get you get 9 daily rewards if you just get the max number of damage dealt to the Archdemon. Really, you don't get anything for going above and beyond. You just don't. Um, if you're struggling with team compositions, always look at what's available. They'll actually show you the top scores, and you can actually copy those teams. So if you're having trouble with that, really good way to kind of not have to think too carefully and just kind of copy. And the top teams typically deal almost all the damage you need for the daily completions, actually, to prep. If you are like me and you have an account on your web, for example, right? Like on my web account here, I don't think I have all my heroes unlocked, or I have some of them unlocked. Not sure. Bottom line is you want to have everything unlocked, in your heroes section so that they're available when you're fighting in this format. Hero Wars doesn't care if they're like maxed out. You just want to have as many heroes unlocked as possible. So like for me with like Leanne here, what I want to do is we want to collect Leanne Soulstones and summon her so I can use her as a hero. So you can see summon. You want to summon all those heroes you got unlocked or, on the precipice of having unlocked. Do it. It's definitely worth it. I mean, with Kark here, I'm going to actually use a scroll to summon him as well. And I think what I'll do is I'll probably not summon him yet because I want to kind of maybe save that for the video aspect of um, talking about this more specifically. But we definitely want to get that. Yep, so he can now be summoned. And I should expend that energy since I'm here. See, like this summoning, that's a waste to have him like that because I would need to summon him so I could actually use him in the matchups against the Archdemon. Most of you guys know that. Just rehashing. So here we're going to raid a little bit. Try to get some Astaroth Soul Stones. All right, we got some Astaroth Soul Stones. Kind of want to look at the skills real quick on Aiden versus Iris, and then we'll wrap up the stream after that. So that is kind of the game plan. Let's see, we gotta make sure not leaving anything on the table here. So we're just gonna go ahead and raid this. Nice. Level 107 has been hit. Fantastic. All right, so there's that. Let's see. Noise. All right, so there's that. We are making some progress. We finally got to level 107. It's been slow going. Haven't been playing nearly as much as I should, but that's okay. Guild victory, guild war, ranking reward, season ends. Nope, don't want to claim that. Don't want to claim that. Okay, we have some energy we need to use. What about our daily login? What have we done there? Collected it? Okay, hopefully. Okay, collect. Please. Nice. At this point, Facebook is dead, no new servers, and web is alive, but server merges aren't being done, helping the scene. Plus, most aren't able to even catch up with blowing money on everything. Yeah, I'm not surprised. America wants us eight is that 8 million? 8,433,329 emeralds for 30 totems. Is that like legit, or are you kind of just making that up? I'm not sure. Either way, it sounds possible. It's a lot of emeralds. Uh, Wally says, if I had to play Hero Wars all over again, I would never play on Facebook, just web servers alone. Hey, I think everyone has their own preference. I just think it's tough to know how everything's going to play out. You never know what servers are going to work for you, and players like different things. I do think Facebook is one of those ones where once you start investing a little bit of funds, it's hard to kind of let it go. Web, you can kind of free flow a little bit more. There's a lot more variety in different kinds of players. You have less hardcore players. I think on Facebook, you typically have a lot more. Um, the long-term players are a little bit more hardcore for sure. Some of the short-term players like to spend a lot of money and then stop playing. So it's tough. It's definitely a tough kind of combination in what you're seeing with different players. But at the end of the day, the name of the game is to persevere, keep playing, and that's kind of the best way to get your team to pass others. I think that's just the nature of the beast. It's one of those tough games like that. Yeah. Okay, let's see if we can beat one team here. I think this team looks friendly, but they're in my guild, so I can't hit them. Or I shouldn't. Not that I can. I probably shouldn't. Okay. I kind of want to do this, and I kind of want to use Yasmin. Double up on attack. All right, win or lose, we're going to do this. And then I want to look a little bit at Aiden, and we're going to look at Iris to see if Aiden potentially has some skills to prevent Iris from being as effective as normal. And from there, we will have winners because we don't want to delay that for too long. And Sundays are typically a slightly shorter stream, so we'll do that. We'll wrap up with that. Hillary Barter, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Currently, I'm trying to see if I can maybe defeat one opponent here in Arena. And I think one of the tasks is just to have as many first skills go off. So we're going to try to have some first skills activate here. Astaroth not really helping our cause, activating super late there. Really allowing my team to take some damage there and not protecting Kark as much as he should have. So we're going to lose this one. It's okay. But yeah, I think that just means I need to get some more protection on Astaroth in Ascension. And I think, what would be cool, and this is something that I've been talking about or thinking about doing, is debating potential double skills they could give. How cool would it be? Right, just stay with me here. If Astaroth can revive 2 heroes on his team with Ascension skills, that would be pretty cool. That would make Astaroth one of the best heroes to use in Tower. Just saying. Like, could you imagine an Astaroth Ishmael combination team in Tower runs? Pretty solid lineup. You don't even need anyone else on your team. Just those 2 heroes, you'd be crushing. All right, sorry, that's kind of a side note there. John says, I wouldn't be surprised if they got rid of the Facebook platform in the future and combined web and Facebook. I don't see them doing that. The main reason being, it's really hard to do that. I don't know if anyone's done any code. It's so hard to do. It's so hard to combine two different, completely different integrated platforms. Um, but who knows? I mean, Hero Wars could do that, but I think it would be tough. If I were Hero Wars, though, it would make sense because you could probably keep more revenue by having everything on web as opposed to Facebook, where Facebook gets a cut of every part of your purchases. So, I mean, if I was Hero Wars, it would not be a bad call to do, John and Wally. But who knows? Who knows what would happen? Okay, so now we wanted to look at Aiden real quick. Aiden skills Phoenix Embrace. Okay. Casts a shield on himself and the farthest ally. Shield absorbs any damage for 5 seconds. The shield explodes, dealing damage. Okay. Casts Phoenix Glyph on the nearest enemy without a glyph. If all enemies have the Phoenix Glyph, Aiden strikes sparks. Okay, so none of that's going to be super relevant when we're fighting against Iris. Aiden unleashes a fire wave, healing all allies except himself. Recovers health every 2 seconds, boosting the next fire wave. Okay, that again has nothing to do with protecting against Iris or hurting Iris. Establishes a mutual bond with the farthest ally or with Kayla if she is on the allied team. Bound ally becomes the target of Phoenix's embrace. Heroes have shared health, passing any healing or damage taken to each other. Bond is established at the start of the battle. I don't know if Aiden would be the best option based on reading those skills. I actually think you have a much better chance with heroes that have long range. And what I mean by that is, so I saw someone mention Orion earlier. I think that's a great call because what's going to happen is if you look at, let's say we have a team with Iris on it, maybe we do something like Astaroth. I'm not trying to make a super team, but like an average team. Ching Mao. Maybe we put in a Nebula. Oh, Sebastian's fine. Sebastian and Martha. Maybe just put in like Oliver, something like that. We're not trying to go crazy here. Just like a random team. And what I'm thinking is because of where Iris stands, which is further back, you'd want someone who can deal magic damage, damage to attackers who are maybe in the back line. So this is kind of reminiscent of what I would be picturing for when you're fighting like the ice guys, like the ice monsters in Adventure Chapter 14. So you just want healers that have range, or damage dealers that have range, excuse me. So this would be an example here. I'm going to use Kark, but I think Orion's basically the same thing, right? You're just trying to hit someone who's further back in the line to nail Iris so that she doesn't have enough time to activate a bunch of her skills. So you're just dealing a lot of damage to the back line here. I forgot that Qingmao was on this team. Qingmao is a counter to Kark when used properly. But let's see what happens with an Orion team here. So we'll go Astaroth, Orion, Dorian, Helios. Should be protected far enough back from Qingmao, I believe, so that it won't be a problem. But let's see. Orion, Dorian, and Helios. ODH combo. But I think if I use Kark with some more protection to guard against Qingmao, because I forgot I put her there, that should be able to take out Iris. I've been able to take out Iris pretty easily in most situations. Of course, in this one, I didn't plan well ahead. Where's Helios? There he is. But yeah, I think that would kind of be, why is that? Okay, that would be kind of how I would go about it. Um, yeah, they wouldn't have to pay Facebook, which is kind of a big deal. So anyway, I just think that having heroes that target kind of the back line of those heroes, because Iris is always going to be standing kind of further in the back. That'll be your best bet. So obviously Orion here doing a really good job, and Qing Mao's a frontline attacker, so you don't want someone too far in the front line to be a problem. Like Kark would be a problem. Dante might even have issues with Qing Mao depending on the situation. But here, Orion, obviously, ODH combo just slays most teams with Iris on it because they do a good job of targeting her and taking her out fast. So yeah, great call on Orion there. Let's go ahead and get our picker wheel going here because we do want to have winners before we wrap up here on today's Sunday live stream. But yeah, let me add you guys to, and Hillary, I think you are also someone who likes to get added to the wheel because I don't remember putting you on here, but correct me if I'm wrong. And we'll make sure Bass is on here as well. Let's see, pick our wheel. I know Bass is on web. I think. Let's see, open file Sunday web. I think Hillary might be on web too, but I'm gonna wait for her to let me know what she's on so we can add her here. Let's see, Bass. ID is 2867736. Okay, add, save. And I think Hillary's on web as well, but she'll let me know. Yep, so she'll let me know. So here we go. Yeah, Wally. So any transaction that goes through another company will pay that company. So HeroWars definitely pays Facebook anytime a transaction goes through. It's similar to like how MasterCard or Visa take a cut out of like anytime you use their credit cards, they charge um, the restaurant or company that you use. They're taking a cut. So that's why everything you know anywhere you go, whether it's at a store, restaurant, whatever, they're taking a percentage, and so that's why you get a percent back too, right, from those companies like Visa, Mastercard, right? They definitely give you a portion of that. So okay, sorry, here we go. Let's add Hillary as well, and let's save this, and we will have things going. So let's go ahead and open up our Sunday Facebook wheel and let's have our winners. It's a smaller list, so much better chances of having a win. If you are on this list, good luck to everybody. Let's see who our lucky Sunday winner is. It looks like our Sunday winner will be, I'm going to assume that's supposed to be Randy and I just spelled it wrong. I apologize in advance, Randy. And if not, Radney, congratulations. But I'm assuming that's Randy. I apologize. I think I probably misspelled that name. But congratulations, you are our lucky winner. I'll be messaging you here on Discord shortly later. Yeah, sorry about that if I spelled your name wrong, but congratulations on the win, Randy. You are our lucky Facebook winner for today. We've also got one for web as well. But yes, good luck to everybody. Let's see how this one goes. Our web winner today is going to be Kiana, congratulations. You are our lucky web winner. Feel free to reach out to me first. I know some of you guys are really quick on getting those messages out, and if not, I will reach out to you all. Eventually, we'll definitely get you guys all your awards. Congratulations to our winners today. Thank you guys so much, everyone, for hanging out with me here on this live stream. Yeah, but yes, Wally. So the way it works is just like if someone has an app on Apple, right? That was a big deal too. Is Apple is always getting a share of those funds, so that's how that all works out. So yeah, all in all, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me here on this live stream. We're going to be having more winners next weekend. I should be dropping a video on Hero Wars birthday coming up very, very soon. We'll have more winners very, very soon, Anthony, so don't fret too much. But yes, and we'll be dropping a tier list in the next 2 weeks. That's the goal, at least. So I'll be continuing to talk about that. But thank you guys so much for hanging out here with me on the stream. We'll be back very, very soon, and I look forward to seeing you guys in Dominion. Have a great rest of your day, everyone.